All right, this is going to be your review for your polynomials. This is basically just for, obviously, the class that I'm in right now, second period, but this is also going to be for fourth hour. I apologize. The weather has made it so I have to be gone again. So I actually planned on being in class today. It just did not work out for that. And actually, now that I think about it, I won't be here Friday either. Well, wait a minute. It's Thursday. So I will be here Thursday. Okay. All right, so that works out. The stuff that I'm going to go over, please pay close attention to it because the scores were actually not very good. I was actually kind of surprised. I had a bunch of 100s, but then I had like several 10s, like just stupid mistakes, okay? Man, allergies are making my nose tickle. But just a lot of really dumb mistakes, okay? So please pay close attention because I'm going to tell you exactly what's coming, okay? Exactly, just like always. I'm going to show you exactly what is coming. So I want you to be ready, all right? So the first one, you're going to have something like this. Hopefully you have paper. Let's go something like this. X squared, I want to be pretty close. X squared plus y squared. And then we have a minus in the middle. So minus, let's go negative x squared plus y squared. You're going to have something like this, okay? Very close to this. Now, please watch. When you have a negative in front of a parentheses, what does it do, guys? Do you guys? It changes the sign. What we're going to do is ultimately we're just going to distribute, yes? Now, some people are like, some people yesterday said, I can't remember when it's multiplying and when it's adding, subtracting. Listen, if there's a sign in the middle of it, it's always adding. Okay, well, I know it's a minus sign. Okay, well, the minus just basically distributes. You're still just adding, okay? You're still going to add them. So here's what I'm going to do. This negative x squared becomes a what, guys? Positive x squared. Now, you can rewrite it if you want to, and you can just make it a positive x squared, but I'm just going to put positive x squared under that. Everybody with me? All right. What is x squared plus x squared? 2x squared. Okay, remember, these both have a 1 in the front of them. Okay, so that's done. Those are done. Now, this positive y squared becomes a what? Negative y squared. So what's positive y squared and negative y squared? 0. They cancel out. So my answer to this would just be 2x squared. Okay. Everybody good? Man, it's itching. Okay. Everybody's good, right? Any questions on that? You're going to have several. Please hear me on this. You're going to have several where you have the negative in the parentheses in the front. You're actually going to have that more than you're going to see a plus sign. You're going to have more negatives than you are plus signs. Okay, so please know that you're going to have to be able to do that, okay? Like the next one, literally looks like this. Let's go 3x squared plus 3x plus 5 minus, and let's go 2x squared minus 4x plus 6, okay? All right, what do you notice first? There's a minus sign. What is a minus going to do, guys? It's going to distribute. So positive x squared becomes a what? Negative 2x squared. So negative 2x squared. I'm going to go ahead and put it under the like terms. Okay, if you want to rewrite it, you can do it that way if you would like to. Okay, I'm not. I'm just, once I figure out that it's a negative, I'm just going to go ahead and put it over here. Okay, let's just go ahead and do this. Positive or negative 4x becomes a what? What does the negative become? Positive 4x. Now, one of the big mistakes that I saw people make, and you guys kind of get the advantage of seeing what the mistakes are that other classes are making. People are remembering to do the negative to the first number, but they're not remembering to do all of them. You've got to, like, people are leaving that as a negative, they're leaving that as a positive. Don't do that. The negative goes to everything in the parentheses, okay? It's got to go to everything, okay? Everybody good? All right, so that becomes a positive 4x, and this becomes a positive 6 becomes a negative 6. So now I'm just going to do the math. That's positive 1x squared. That's positive 7x, and that's negative 1. We just add them all together. Well, I thought we were adding. We are. 5 plus negative 6 is negative 1. Okay? It's all, you're just combining them. You are adding them. Everybody good? Everybody, it makes sense? Clear as mud? I'm not going to do every one of them. You're going to see several of them, though. All right, you're going to have one that looks like this. You're going to have different numbers, okay? This is my number 3. This is my number 3. This is what popped up when I printed this out. Something like that. Okay? How do you multiply? You go from which direction to which direction? Left to right. So here's how I would, now you can do the you can do the 2 by 2 box if you want to, and then multiply it times 2. That's fine. But here's what I would do. What's 2 times x? What's 2 times 3? Positive 6. And then I would just do my 2 by 2 box, and then I put x minus 5 on the other one. That's what I would do. Okay? So I distributed here, and then I had 2x plus 6, right? And then I just put this x minus 5 down the side. And then I just do the 2 by 2 box. It's the same answer as if you did the 2 by 2 to start out, and then you multiplied everything times 2. A lot of people are doing this correctly. They're doing this box, but they're not multiplying times 2. So that's why I would start with that. Everybody good? All right, so I'm just going to solve it. What's 2x times x? 2x squared. Okay. Please remember, multiplying is when you change the exponents. Okay, not when you're adding, subtracting. Okay, not when you're adding, subtracting. When you multiply, you change them. X times x is x squared. What's 6 times x? 6x. What's negative 5 times 2? Negative 10, and then there's an x, and then negative 5 times 6 is negative 30, right? So that would be 2x squared. You add these together, negative 4x, and negative 30. Okay, everybody good? You will have an option that looks like this. That's what it would look like if you did multiply it times 2. You will think that you're right. You're like, oh, there's my answer. I got it. Nope, that one's going to be multiple choice. You're going to have an option as if you did multiply it times 2, and you're going to think you're right. So please pay attention to the problem. You see that 2, you got to multiply it times 2. Everybody with me? Everybody's good? Any questions on that? All right, then I'm not going to do number 4 again. It's the same thing as the second one I gave you. Combining like terms. It has a negative in the middle. Everybody good? I don't need to do that again, do I? Okay, it's the same thing. Adding, subtracting, it has a negative in the middle. All right, let's do, let's have this one. This one you're actually going to have to type in. I'm going to go back and look through all the problems to make sure that, if there's a typo or whatever. If I have this, a lot of people are doing this. Here's exactly the answer I've been getting. That's what people are getting. That is not correct. What do you have to do if it has that, guys? Please remember this. When you're multiplying, you need to do the box. You need to do the box. That's why I showed you the box. Everybody with me? Do the box method. Please do what? The box method. Please. It always works when you multiply, okay? If it's 2x plus 3 squared, all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the 2 by 2 box. And I'm going to do 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3. And I left that answer up there just so I could show you the difference. Okay, is everybody with me? You're still going to have 4x squared. You're still going to have positive 9, but see the diagonals? We don't have those yet. Okay, you still have the 4x squared and the positive 9. That's what we have. But what's 2 times 3? 6x, and 3 times 2 is 6x. When I add that, what do I get? I should have a 12x in the middle. There's not one there. Everybody good? So that's why you got to do the 2 by 2 box. Fair? Everybody's good? Hope so. If you're not, just, I don't know, rewind it, watch it again. Okay. All right. That's good. Number 6 is combining like terms, but it has a plus sign in the middle. If it has a plus sign, do the signs change? No, just combine with whatever the sign already is. That doesn't mean you're always going to add them. If there's a positive and a negative, do whatever it tells you to do. Okay, everybody with me on that? Please use your calculators. Please use your calculators to double check your answers so you don't make any really dumb mistakes. Okay, because some people are like, oh man, I didn't do that. Like, oh my gosh, just please use your calculators to check it. Okay, all right. Number 7 is literally a 2 by 2 box. There's nothing fancy. It just gives you the problem. You just need to solve it. Okay. Everybody good on that? Okay. Number 8. Number 8's a little bit different. Let me show you this. Kind of looks like 3x to the 4th minus 2x plus 5x to the third minus 4x plus 5. Okay? What am I, hold on. What's the large, now I always start with the largest exponent. So what's the largest exponent you guys see? The fourth power. You guys pay attention to this. You guys see this fourth power right here? Is there another fourth power anywhere? No, so that becomes part of my answer. 3x to the fourth power. If there's not a like term, it becomes part of the answer. Did everybody catch that? If there's not a like term, if there's not another x to the fourth power, another x to the third power, another x to the second power, or x whatever, if there's not something to combine it with, you just drop it down and make it part of the answer. Everybody good? All right, so here we go. What's my next exponent? X to the what? X to the third. Do you see another x to the third anywhere? The reason I'm going biggest to smallest is because standard form tells you to do that. Now, technically, you can put it in any order you want, but on this test, all the answers are going to go from biggest to smallest. So that's what I'm doing. Everybody with me? So, is there another x to the third anywhere? No. So, is it positive or negative, guys? Positive 5x to the third. Done. So now there's no x squared, right? So, okay, so now I've got x1 and x1. What's negative 2 plus negative 4? Negative 6x. So those are done. And watch this. As I cross them off, what's the only thing that's left? So make it part of the answer. That's why I cross them off when I do this, so I can clearly see what's left. Very good. Any questions on that? Oh, there will be. You're going to think you got the right answer if you're not careful. Okay. Man, it's itching. Okay. Allergies. Anybody else's allergies like flaring up right now? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. A 2x2 box. I'm not going to go over it again. Okay. Like I've already shown you a few of those, correct? So I don't need to do another one. But then you're going to see one. Here's number 10. Looks like this. You're going to have something that says y equals x or let's say x plus 2 squared minus 5. First of all, does anybody remember what form that is? Quadratics. Say it. Yeah, my vertex would be negative 2, negative 5. That's vertex form. Okay? Now, I told you we would show you how to do this, right? Yes? We've done these. This is vertex form. So my vertex, even though it's not part of the test, I'm going to show it to you anyway. Remember the vertex is going to be, if it's in parentheses, it goes backwards, negative 2, and then negative 5 on the outside. There's my vertex. Yes? You guys remember that now? You're like, oh yeah. Okay. But let me show you this. Can I multiply x plus 2 squared? It's the box, right? Yes? Don't do this. Do not do that. Do not do that. If you're multiplying, you always need to do what? The box, please. Oh my gosh. Some of you guys are not going to do the box. You're going to miss it and then go, I don't know why I missed it. Okay. So we got x plus 2. I'm going to do this really quick. X plus 2. So we got x squared. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm telling you. Oh, so we got 2 times x is 2x. 2 times x is 2x. And then we got 2 times 2 is 4, right? I combine that. I get x squared plus 4x plus 4. A lot of people are leaving that right there and saying that's my answer. It is not. What's on the end of that problem? Minus 5. So I'm going to take this minus 5 and just subtract that right there. Why that part of it? It's a like term. That's the only thing I can't subtract it from x squared. I can't subtract it from x, but I can subtract it from 4. I can go 4 minus 5. What's 4 minus 5, guys? Negative 1. There it is. X squared plus 4x minus 1. So the vertex of that equation is actually that. It's interesting. Okay. Well, to me, it's interesting. Whatever. All right. Please, a couple things to remember while you guys are taking this assessment. Please check your calculators when you're adding and subtracting. Please, please, please. This test is kind of designed that, like, if you fly through this and make a silly mistake, you're going to think you got it right because you're going to see some right answers that are not correct. Okay. The options that we gave you, there's not like one that's going to be like clearly wrong. Okay. They're all going to have some ways of being right if you do the math incorrectly. When you're multiplying, you need to use the what? please use the box. Please use the box. I cannot overstress that. Fourth period, you need to use the box, okay? Hopefully you guys are watching this before fourth period so you can go back and watch it again or whatever. Please, please, please take your time on this, okay? While I have this on here, if you don't score well on this test, first of all, don't go off of what Canvas says. I'm going to go back through your tests. So if you bombed it or whatever, I'm going to go back through, make sure that, because some of these are open-ended questions. Remember, use the caret. Don't forget the caret. I think it's shift 6. You're going to type some answers in. Make sure you have the X's and the squareds and all that stuff like that you need, okay? But pay attention to what you're typing. I'm going to go back through, and if there are like little silly typos that I can tell you did the problem right, I'm going to give you the points. So don't get stuck on Canvas and say, man, I clearly didn't do it right. Okay, just let me go through it first, okay? We will have a retake coming up. It's going to be really quick. Please remember that the end of the 9 weeks is it's Friday, March 6th, my birthday. March 6th is the end of the 9 weeks. Okay, any questions? Make sure that you have everything taken care of. Your grades are up, everything. If you need to come in, I will be here for advisory Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday or Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know about tomorrow because of the SAT. I don't know if we're going to have advisory. I'm not sure we will. But if we do have it, I'm here. And then Friday, or not Friday. I will not be here on Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you guys need to come see me, get some stuff done, you've got to have your grades caught up by Monday. That's when your grades need to be up because your grades are going to get submitted on Monday afternoon. Okay, because we have to turn stuff in on Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. I just do it Monday, so I'm not scrambling in the morning. Okay, I'm going to do it Monday night, Monday afternoon. Okay, just like you guys have rules, we have stuff we have to follow and do things the right way. Okay, we have deadlines too. All right, cool. Second period, you guys can go ahead and clear your desk. Make sure you get a blank piece of paper. Fourth period, hopefully you got enough review, and you guys can do the same. Clear your desk and get ready to take this assessment. Your sub will have the code for you. All right.